Carlos Alcaraz detects the big problem of this ridiculous end to 2024. Carlos Alcaraz will remember 2024 as a bittersweet year. Despite achieving historic results, the negative outcomes in Paris-Bercy, the ATP Finals, and his early exit from the Davis Cup left a bitter taste, especially seeing his great rival, Jannik Sinner, crowned champion at the ATP Finals and the Davis Cup in Malaga. Although it wasn't as sharp a slump as the previous year, when his performance dropped after the US Open, Alcaraz has failed to maintain the level he showed in June and July since August. This is compounded by issues during the South American swing before Indian Wells and the injury that affected him during the clay court season, resulting in a balance that doesn't meet expectations. Carlos Alcaraz, affected since Paris 2024. Throughout the year, Carlos Alcaraz went through phases where he lost the joy that normally defines his game. The lowest point occurred in Cincinnati, when he broke his racket, followed by an early elimination at the US Open. Paul Annacone, former coach of Roger Federer, attributed this dip to the pressure and emotional impact of his performance in the Olympics, where he won the silver medal. According to Annacone, that result, although significant, left Alcaraz emotionally affected and impacted his summer performance. After his victory in Beijing, where he defeated Sinner, Alcaraz showed a rebound in his level, but then fell in the quarterfinals in Shanghai. However, that was his only positive flash. After the Paris 2024 Olympics, the racket incident marked a critical moment, and the Spaniard admitted feeling affected after losing to Novak Djokovic. According to Paul Annacone, Alcaraz needs to use this brief break to reset, regain his motivation, and enjoy the court again. Not everything has been bad despite the ups and downs. Carlos Alcaraz has finished the year with major achievements that highlight his talent and consistency at the elite level of world tennis. This season, he won 2 Grand Slam titles, Roland Garros and Wimbledon, as well as a Masters 1000 title at Indian Wells and a silver medal at the 2024 Paris Olympics. These milestones reflect his ability to compete at the highest level and his determination to remain one of the best players on the circuit. Moreover, in his official matchups against Jannik Sinner, Alcaraz remains undefeated, which strengthens his position in this emerging rivalry. His only loss to the Italian occurred at an exhibition tournament, the 6th Grand Slam, played under conditions that did not favor the Spaniard. These results emphasize his quality and solidify him as a key figure in the next generation of tennis, despite the challenges and wear and tear he has faced throughout the year. Alcaraz signs up for Queens for the 4th consecutive year. Spanish player Carlos Alcaraz has been announced as the main attraction for the 2025 Queens tournament, ahead of Wimbledon, which will take place from June 16 to 22. The Spaniard, who won the title in 2023, couldn't participate in 2022 due to an elbow injury, and in 2024, he lost in the second round to Jack Draper. Both in 2023 and 2024, he ended up as the Wimbledon champion 3 weeks after Queens. I'm really looking forward to returning to the grass at Queens next summer. Winning the title 2 years ago gave me the belief to win Wimbledon for the first time, so it means a lot to compete here. I'm ready to come back in 2023 and give it my all to win another title. I want to join the list of players who have won it multiple times, like Feliciano Lopez, Andy Murray, and Andy Roddick. The Queens Tournament, a 500-level event, will be held from June 16 to 22, with a women's tournament taking place on the same courts the week before, for the first time since 1973. Federer's former coach reveals why Alcaraz lost his joy after the summer. Carlos Alcaraz's 2024 has been marked by inconsistency. The Spaniard had brilliant moments but also setbacks, particularly in the second half of the tennis year. In this sense, a tennis figure has pointed out the reason for Alcaraz's downturn. Paul Annacone, former coach of Federer from 2010 to 2013, gave an interview to the Inside In podcast on Tennis Channel and revealed the exact reason why the Spaniard suffered a dip during the summer US swing. Carlos is a player full of joy. I think part of this year he lost some of that joy, and that was due to multiple reasons. Annacone refers to Alcaraz's loss in the Olympic final to Novak Djokovic. That moment broke his heart a bit, and it left him reeling for the rest of the summer. The American was right, as after the Olympic event, Alcaraz lost in the second round of the Cincinnati Masters 1000 to Monfils, where he broke his racket, and also lost in the same round at the US Open to Dutchman Botic van de Zandschulp. Despite these small obstacles, Annacone is certain that Alcaraz will be one of the best tennis players in the future and that he has the mentality to do so. He has an incredible mind and a great team around him. There's no reason for this to be anything more than a small bump in the road. Carlos Alcaraz, one of the greatest promises and already established as a star of world tennis, has decided to take a well-deserved break to face the upcoming season with renewed energy. The young Spaniard, who has dazzled the professional circuit with his explosive combination of talent, determination, and maturity on the court, is focused on preparing for a key 2025 season in his career. Aware of the demands of the calendar and the intensity of the tournaments, Alcaraz aims to optimize every aspect of his game and maintain his physical condition at the highest level to continue writing new pages in the history of tennis. After a year full of emotions, memorable victories, and lessons learned, the Spaniard has opted to recharge before starting the preseason. This break will not only allow him to recover physically but also reflect on the aspects of his game to refine, solidify his competitive mindset, and arrive fresh for the challenges that await him next year. Before heading to Australia, where the first Grand Slam of the season will begin, Alcaraz will conduct his preparation in Alicante, a city he finds familiar and offers ideal training conditions. There, under the guidance of his coaching team led by Juan Carlos Ferrero, Alcaraz will fine-tune key aspects of his game, working on both his powerful forehand and his ability to move quickly around the court, one of his defining characteristics. Additionally, as part of his preparation, the Spaniard plans to participate in some exhibition matches. These encounters will help him stay in competitive rhythm and connect with his fans, continuing to inspire a new generation of tennis enthusiasts. With this strategic approach, Alcaraz expects 2025 to be a year where he continues to expand his legend and establish himself as one of the best players in the world. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe and leave a like, because at Tennis Zone, we are dedicated to bringing you the best information for the best audience, sharing in-depth analysis, exclusive interviews, and complete coverage of everything related to the world of tennis. Join our community and be part of the excitement of the tournaments with us. Moreover, at Tennis Zone, we strive to offer you up-to-date, high-quality content about players, tournaments, strategies, and the most relevant events in world tennis.